Greetings and salutations. My name is Caitlin. Welcome to Ouroboros Armory. Today we're going to talk about two things. The first is this. This is my 2x72 belt grinder that I built based off of plans that were drawn up by Jeremy Schmidt. I will leave a link here or someplace. The funniest thing is that though I completed this I want to say a couple months ago, he just released a new version. So the plans that I built this off of are now obsolete, and I'm going to be modifying based off of some of his new changes. This is not a build video. I just want to go over that. This is not a build video. There are plenty of build videos for this, including done by the inventor himself, Jeremy Schmidt. So don't expect that. I'm going to basically tell you what I did, how I did it, and why I did it, and kind of show you it from my personal perspective. So that's basically what this video is about. Then the second thing, is kind of a where have I been? I know some people hate that. If you hate that, go to this time code. Okay. Anybody who's still here, where have I been? The answer to that is not as easy as it sounds. There's been three things that have kind of rocked my world a little bit. First one obviously is the big 19, the crap that's been happening across the world. A lot of you know, and some of you don't, I am a teacher by profession, so that's what I do when I'm not in the shop or, raising my son or anything else along those lines. Teaching has been hard this year. It's been stressful, and it's not put me in a great place mentally, and I just hadn't felt like doing much of anything. I want to say get home from work, but the majority of the year I've been working from my kitchen table. You'd never realize how tiring it is to try and teach a whole bunch of kids over the computer until you try it. And I no longer was walking around the classroom. I was just sitting at a table for the entire day, and I got done with that, and I just wanted to check out. I did not want to do anything, which meant I never went into the shop. I never did anything. I completed this like right beforehand, and I was done. And part of the rush to complete this was to kind of clear up some shop space because of the second reason why I have not been posting, and that is renovations. We are renovating our basement, which I know you guys don't care, but that meant that I had to have a place to store all of the crap that was in the basement. You guys can't see it, but there's crap over there. And that's been kind of where it is that all of the crap has kind of gotten moved into the shop, and so I can't smith with flammable equipment over there. I couldn't finish the electrical that I wanted to do. I couldn't move forward, which meant no videos. So that has been the second reason, and that has been eating up a good majority of my time. I don't do this full time, and so that's where it's at. I finished this up, and then I haven't really gotten a chance to use it very much. But that said, let's talk about the grinder. So I'm going to pull you guys closer. I don't know how much I'm going to edit this video. This may be, as Dan puts it, a rough and ready video, or uncut and unedited. I'm probably going to do a little. All right, so hopefully you guys can see this. It's your standard 2x72 grinder. I did splurge for the 3 horsepower motor. And how I was able to buy this was I had a faceting machine, which is a machine that makes gemstones. As some of you may know, I have done jewelry in the past, but I had a faceting machine and I sold that. And that fastening machine basically bought me this. Now, all of the metal bits that are not straight, so these metal bits, this metal bit, these metal bits, 90% of the metal bits, basically everything but these straight bars right here, I had laser cut or water jet cut or plasma cut. I don't really know, and the reason why I don't know is because a friend of mine works at a company that does it, and I took Jeremy's plans, and I converted them all into DXF files that can be just basically plugged into a plasma cutter or any type of CNC machine, really, and said, can you cut these out? And I told him how thick a steel that I wanted, and I got a box of parts. I got a box of parts 2 years ago, so just tell you how long I've been sitting on this. But, you know, box of parts, building this is not really useful if you don't have the motor. So, I told you guys, there's the motor, and it's a beefy thing, okay? So, there it is, and I'm gonna try this selfie style. But I ordered this motor, and this VFD. They were already wired together, so I got these nice silicone, very flexible, really long wires. I mean, this wire goes all the way down to the floor and up into my outlet that's right there. And then this wire goes all the way down onto the floor and to the motor right there. And it was pre-motored. It was pre-hooked up. Okay, this is a KBDA. It is not a KBEC. When I ordered this setup from eBay, it had, I don't know if you guys can read my notes. When I ordered this from eBay, it said KBDA. It's KBDA 3 horsepower motor. I'm not KBDA. Fuck. When I ordered this from eBay, it was a KBEC, KBEC 29, I believe, and a 3 horsepower motor. Obviously, has to be 220. So because 3 horsepower, you can't run off of 110. So I said, cool. I'm going for it because, you know, 3 horsepower. That's awesome. And when I got it, it was this. Now, the biggest difference between a KBDA and a KBEC, I'm going to bring you guys closer, I may edit all this out, is this has the digital display, it has the buttons, this is our speed control, and this is our on-off switch, which didn't exist. The cool thing about the KBDA is it automatically has a forward and reverse switch right here. You don't have to buy that separately. That comes pre-installed. You have a digital, so you know how fast it is. So you have your display, which right now it's going 24%. I don't really know. The maximum is 60 revolutions, and it can go really, really slow. It's got a whole bunch of stuff that I haven't quite figured out yet. There's plenty of places online. Eventually, I'm going to convert this to feet per minute, feet per second, belt feet, because it is much better. The disadvantage is when I got this, it doesn't have an on-off switch. If you notice, there's no on-off switch. There is a run-stop. I'm going to take the speed down from 60. So right now the motor is going 1420. That's about half speed right there. And that is literally full speed. Now obviously there's no belt on the motor. There's no belt on it. But you can tell it are spinning. And then you just hit stop and it stops. Now for me, I wanted an on-off switch. So right here is where you can purchase an on-off switch, but I didn't want an on-off switch. I wanted an emergency stop. So this is what I just got done wiring today. That effectively is an on-off switch. Now the cool thing is it'll stop the belt immediately, but this has a bunch of capacitors in it. A bunch of capacitors. So this is not going to stop immediately. If you notice, I press the power button and it doesn't go anywhere. But as soon as you try and start it, it's going to give you an LU error. See? LU error. And so it's going to sit there and it's going to blink on that LU error. It takes it about 3 to 5 minutes for those capacitors to discharge. This thing has a hell of a lot of capacitors in it. So that being said, I'm going to attach a belt to it and show you what this thing can do. Okay, new camera angle. This is basically attached to me, so you get a Caitlin cam. So how this is run, now I'm eventually going to buy some nuts to go here, because these right here, they're just bolts, and I can't really easily tighten them down. So what I do is I loosen this one up, and then I can pull this out, and it just basically tightens up against that. I'm gonna go to McMaster-Carr and get some handles. I thought I was gonna make some handles, and then I saw that you can buy them, and frankly, I'm lazy. So this is gonna be kind of tricky to show on camera, which is part of the reason why you're attached to me, is I just basically balance that handle there, and this is that is my spring, and so let's change the angle on this a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull down on the spring, pull back to tension the belt, and then push forward on the handle to tighten it up. And that's the reason why I want something other than this. So this is a 60 grit belt. And let me grab a piece of steel. So, piece of steel. I don't have a table built yet because time and reasons I've already stated. So, to turn on, you twist my emergency stop, and you can see it's turned on. It's going about 19 belt feet per minute. I like to slow that down. First, I'm going to run to make sure it doesn't untrack. I'm already eaten into this a little bit. Eaten here a little bit. Oh, okay. I haven't gone in the wrong direction. So the tracking system is right here. Not the best. This is one of the first things that I'm going to replace. All right. I'm not entirely sure you guys can hear me. Ow. It is just eating it. No difficulty whatsoever. And if you notice, it is not slowing down. I'm leaning into that as hard as I can. Nada. And check it out. That's what the emergency stop's for. Because I wanted a button that, God forbid, something happens, I can just snap it. All right. Now to take the belt off, it's situation in reverse. Release, push forward, and at that moment in time, you can just pop the belt right off. So let's change angles. So a couple things about this that I changed based off of the plans, which quite honestly is not going to make a whole lot of difference considering he changed the plans. But these bolts, because of the way it's designed, I don't know if it's because of the plate that I used or I didn't go all the way out to here, which is the back end. I don't have 6 bolts, I only have 4. But I had a really hard time getting the bolts in. So I had to modify that just a little bit. The other thing that I added was right here. You can see that this platen has a glass panel to it. So when I measured this, and this is removable so I can have a slack belt if I really want to. When I measured this, I measured it based off of having this glass panel there. This is going to be my table holder. The coolest thing about this entire thing, for those of you who are not familiar with it, oh, wrong direction, is it's also a horizontal belt grinder. Okay, so to kind of show you. So, horizontal belt grinder, or if you want, a slightly angled belt grinder. And the coolest thing about Jeremy's plans, and the reason why I chose this one over much simpler tilting belt grinder, is this feature right here. Is this my table? It doesn't move regardless of where the angle of the table is. So if the table's right here, it is still there. It is still attaching to the center line. Now, once I build the table, as long as I keep it within these bolts right here, everything is based off of that center point. So as it tilts, if you have something on the center point, it stays there, which is really nice. Now, I'm going to edit that, or not. Now, one of the disadvantages. This motor, fucking heavy. So to get this thing straight, that motor is hanging way far off. So if you notice, as soon as I loosen this nut, the whole thing slides over. So one of the things that I want to do is I want to extend these and make this taller. You'll notice that this is sitting right on the edge here, and the reason for that is because when this motor swings down, the clearance between this back shelf and the motor is basically about that much. And I thought about making it taller when I built it. I regret the fact that I didn't. So, and the funny thing is that Jeremy's new plans actually make these legs taller. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to basically build some extensions on there. This is sitting on my old belt sander bench. I removed my belt sander, it's still right there, and put this on there because this is obviously better than it, but this was not designed for it and it's really rather short. So I want to raise the whole thing up so that I can move this forward so it's basically on the edge or really close to the edge. And that way I don't have much issues with it. So let's talk about belts. Belts are something I really had no idea about. I looked online, I tried to figure out which belts to go with and which ones to buy and which ones were the best, and I don't know. I really don't know. You know, you hear Sam and Alex always, you know, talking about their belts, but unfortunately that's Australia and the shipping here would be a lot. So didn't go that route. When I talked to Combat Abrasives, I asked them, I'm like, hey, you know, I just built a belt grinder and I'm testing out some belts, and, you know, I'll give you a shout out on my YouTube channel. And could I have a discount? And they said, yes. And so that's how I got these ones. Now, I did not get them for free. So whether or not this is a sponsored video is kind of, I don't know. I got them for a discount. And the cool thing is that you guys can get them for a discount too. Just use my name, Caitlin, at Combat Abrasives, and you can try them out. You watched me use this one. Now, this is the belt that I've been using. This is a 60 grade. I've done wood, plastic, all kinds of other stuff. I got a whole stack of them right here that I have used. And I'll have to say, I am happy with my purchase. This one is a 220 ceramic, and I don't know if you guys can tell, but oh my God, is it flexible. It's a J-Flex, and it's been abused a little bit, and it's still holding up quite nicely. I got the assortment beginners pack because I still have no idea. And this one I'm looking forward to. This is a scalloped belt. So one of the things that I have noticed is that I can't really feel the tape very well. Don't die while filming a video. I can't really feel the tape very well as it's coming across. That said, what I don't know is happening, and I'm not entirely sure if it's because of something that I was grinding, but I got black smears on my glass plate. It feels like it's tape, and I think it's coming from this tape going across. I don't know why. If anybody knows why I might be getting these black smears across my glass platen, let me know. I got a couple of flecks on my wheels as well, which the wheels are ordered from also eBay way long ago. I think I got the wheels like last Christmas or something. So that's the belt grinder. I really hope this helps any of you. The welds were not that great, but it wasn't that hard to build. And he's made it even easier. So I'm going to give him a shout out. I'm going to link to his channel. You know, the plans cost me $20. Best $20 I ever spent. Or at least one of the best $20 I've ever spent. And so go ahead and grab it. Why not? And building it, it took me, I want to say 3 days total time to build it. Part of that is because I'm a crap welder and I'm getting better. But this stuff was really thick. The advantage of the thickness is that I didn't burn through anything. But there's a couple fiddly bits on it. The platen is fiddly, trying to get it straight. The hinge is fiddly, trying to get it straight. And the spring here, royal pain in the ass. I hate the tensioning system for this. Absolutely despise it. This belt tensioning system is garbage. But his new design changed the entire belt tensioning system, and I am totally going to retrofit his new belt tensioning system to this belt grinder because I hate the way this works. Now, part of it is because this is not finished. These nuts are designed to be rounded so that they ride really easy. I think there's supposed to be a washer right here, which I haven't put on there because I'm dumb. And you know, there's a lot of things on this. I basically put it together enough so I can get the 2 boxes out of my shop in preparation for the remodel. The box of parts and the box of wheels were gone, and then of course I had the box that had the motor and everything. So 3 giant boxes sitting in the middle of my shop when I was going to put a whole bunch of other boxes. So I hope that helps you guys. You know, if you want to help out the channel, go ahead and order from Combat Abrasives. I don't get anything. I'll flat be honest. I don't get squat when you use my code, which is my name, Caitlin. What it does is it may possibly mean that they might, it means that they might possibly send me free belts. I don't know. I'd love that, but, you know, it doesn't monetarily affect me any way, shape, or form. It just makes your stuff easier because they don't give me a kickback at all. So that being said, you guys have a great day, and I will see you on the flip side.